Very good afternoon to all. Welcome to our weekly Tally CA Connect. Our topic for today is a very interesting one, that is hidden tools of Tally Prime and Voucher Type Master. The speaker will be Mr. Rajendra Mithari. I'd like to give a brief introduction. Rajendra ji is a Tally enthusiast. He is dedicatedly working for Tally since 2004 as a Tally trainer, and he also ran an authorized Tally Institute of Learning by Tally Education in Kolhapur city. He is also giving training on Telegram channel. And not only India, he's been doing training sessions at GCC, Morocco, Zambia, Uganda, and Maldives. He has worked in various capacities of auditor, secretary, accounting, and other added areas. We are proud that CA Rajendra ji is also a Tally evangelist. Over to you, sir. Please begin our session.
Thank you, madam. First, very good afternoon for all. We are here to understand a topic which is very interesting for all of us. We are normally using Tally at maybe beginner or maybe advanced level, but there are still many features and configurations we know. But these features maybe make easy your routine works. Now we are going to understand a master which is called as voucher type, and that is very a basic and regularly used master. But still there are some features we have to know, and so that we can save our valuable time. So just I'm starting my screen sharing. So I hope the screen is visible, ma'am.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
also if you want to switch on your camera, you can switch it on.
Okay, it is not required. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
So here there are voucher types, master, and we are going to share some tricks and tips so that we can use our time to maximally create a vouchers with lowest efforts. Okay, so just I'm beginning here. So the menu is normally used features of voucher type master, those we are normally using in Tally. Then we are going on main course, which is untouched features of voucher type masters, and then we are taking FAQs. So which features we normally used in Tally? So the whole presentation is not on PPT. I am sharing from directly Tally, but for a noting purpose, or maybe there are some beginners, they would be like to understand the basic concept. Maybe they are not using numbering concept. It is with prefix and suffix in Tally. That is a basic feature. So I'm sharing here my Tally screen also. So here Tally Prime data is opened up. That is the demo data. And here you can see alter a voucher type, like take an sales. And the sales voucher type is under sales voucher. So I can create my own voucher types like sales local, sales GST, like that. And from here, we're going to understand features of voucher type. The whole session is related with only this window. But believe me, that will be your, you can say, very tricky session. So first here in Tally Prime, you have to activate or deactivate any voucher type. In ERP, we are going to understand for enabling a sales order, purchase order process. But here, there is no any procedure to enable or disable a process, purchase order, job work order. Here you have to just enable or disable voucher type. Okay, here voucher type is enabled. The numbering method, that is the basic feature. Normally everyone is know about that feature. So here you can make numbering automatic override manuals, then no numberings. Okay, and in advanced feature, you can handle the length of voucher numbering. Then that number should be started with 0 or not, prefix with 0. Suppose I am putting here, I want starting numbering from 1, but I want minimum 5 digits in a number. So 0, 0, 0, 0, 1. And if there is only 1, then I want to prefix with 0 or not. So this is the option. If I press here yes, it will be prefixed as 00001. Okay, and normally by default it is set as no. So even though you are setting here length as 5, Tally will create a number for that voucher as only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, then here you can restart your numbering for daily, monthly, weekly, whatever, and for that month or for that week or for that period, you can set here the prefix or suffix like CSS, APR, CSS, MAY. So that is the way where you can handle your numbering monthly, daily, 6 monthly, quarterly, or yearly. And prefix means that is tagged with the number before that number, and suffix means after that number. So this is the basic feature normally all users are using, but there are many features also, those are useful for all of us. See one by one. So here I am putting no. Okay, now from here the main part of, you can say, main course is going to start. First one is use effective date for vouchers. So this is the very beautiful feature of Tally, but if you don't know about effective date, please go to the help.tallysolution.com. I'm just showing here also, but if you want some notes or material from there, you can visit help.tallysolution.com. But I'm sharing here the trick. What is effective date? So see on first on my PPT, effective date. Let us take one example. Suppose a party sent me a material with invoice on 31st January, and by any reason my accountant is not going to enter that voucher on 31st January. That voucher is entered in Tally on 5th February. Maybe possible that owner or that administrator is locking that data for backdated entries will be not allowed. So what happens? My user is going to enter on 5th February. Now, first problem is there. While we are going to pay to that party, the party is asking me why you are considering days from your entry date. My invoice is on 31st January. Then why should I miss that 5 days? That is your mistake, that you are taking this voucher as late. So it is the best feature of Tally. See, I'm just showing here one example. Alter voucher type. Let us take purchase. And in purchase, I'm using yes. See here. Use effective date for voucher yes. Okay. What happens? So display account book purchase register. To save our time, I have just entered one voucher already. And see what happens here. The voucher date is 5th January and effective date is 5th February is the voucher date. And in effective date, see, I am showing you F2 here. 5th February is the voucher date and 31st January is my effective date. What is the use of that effective date? Okay. See, Tally is showing you bill wise outstanding. Tally is showing you interest calculation. Tally is showing you many reports. Like suppose I am going here and taking one payment entry for that party. Okay. So any payment I am going to enter for that party. And let us take 40 rupees. So in against reference, you can see the invoice is showing on 31st January, not on 5th February. It means Tally is considering the date for outstanding, for interest calculation from effective date, not from voucher date. This is the best feature of Tally you have to learn. Okay. So if you want to see the ledger, display account book ledger, and that party is here. You can see here, entry is done on 5th February itself. Accounting will be happened on 5th February as per our accounting rules. But if you see the bill wise details, you can see that bill is considered on 31st January. See here, 31st January 123 number bill. If I'm putting here shift enter, Tally will show you that bill is entered on 5th February. But days are counted here from 31st January. Okay. So the report date is 8th February. So from 31st, it is calculating 8 days. Next, there are actually many usage of this feature, but for time being, I have to take next topics. So bill-wise table in against reference and interest calculation, and also in outstanding reports. Okay. Now, next one is, so that is the example. Okay. Interest calculation. In interest calculation also, I can show here, control enter on that party. If I enter here interest calculation enable, yes. And you have to press here F12 and make advanced configuration, yes. And put here transaction by transaction. So Tally will give you one option also. See, the cursor is here. So from when you want to calculate interest, so effective date of transaction, that is already given by Tally. Okay. So many times what happens, Tally company is also paying you on today. The check is written on today's date, but that will be cleared in bank after 4 days. So why should I pay that interest for 4 days? So date of payment is today's and clearing date will be my effective date. So you can save your opportunities, or you can say some losses may be occurred due to the dates. So I'm moving on next. Allow zero value transactions. See in voucher type, again I'm moving on voucher type. Alter voucher type. So sales. See here, next one is after effective date. Next one is allow zero value transactions. In ERP9, the feature was in F11, allow zero value transactions. In Tally Prime, it is given to the voucher type, because ERP9, in that case, you cannot say purchase will be allowed as zero value transactions and sale will be not allowed. But in Prime, you can set sales allowed for zero value transactions and purchase will be not allowed. What is the usage of zero value transactions? Let us take one example. If you purchasing a t-shirt, okay, 3 t-shirts, and the scheme is jeans pant will be free on 3 t-shirts. Normally what happens, that free quantity is outwarded from me, or in case of also purchase, that will be inwarded to the me in my books, and that is not having any cost. That is zero value transaction. And suppose you are not taking that free quantity inwarded or outwarded in your books, then your physical stock will be not matched with your actual stock, Tally stock. So here you can use this feature, like just put your quantity, rate blank, amount blank. Okay. So this is the best feature also given by Tally Prime for zero value transactions. Assume another scenario. My sale billing is bill number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And someone is saying me, sir, make a bill for me. Just keep it side. That amount will be finalized after 1 day or 2 days. Then suppose this is happened on 30th of the last day on the month, and my next month will be start. So in 2 days, it is not required to file GST return for me. GST return will be filed after 10 days. But it is possible to maintain an invoice blank amount for that party. So it is possible from this feature. So make an invoice entry. Don't put any amount to the ledger. Take only item and quantity. See here. Just I am putting here zero value transaction. Yes. Okay. Then I can make an invoice to any party. F8 sales. I can make any invoice to a party with zero value. That is best feature of Tally. Item A. Okay. So I am putting any go down here, quantity 1. I don't want any rate. So I just want to keep that stock aside. That is possible if the transaction is set, I enabled 0 value. Otherwise, transaction, after saving that transaction, Tally will give one error that transaction is not having any values. So better way, enable that feature. Now, after 2 or 3 days, if that transaction is completed and my party is ready to that amount or that rate for that item or service, then I can put here that amount, suppose 600. So now no need to create the invoice for next month. Okay, so this is the again one best feature by Tally. Moving to the next. Mark this voucher type as optional by default. This is the feature. See here, alter voucher type. Says the whole session is only related with voucher type. Today only I am taking a single voucher type master, sales, receipt, payment, all voucher types, but only voucher type is the session point. Here, mark this voucher type as by default optional. Optional means what? Suppose I want to create a pro forma invoice. I want to create a quotation. So in that case, you can create here. See, I can put here create voucher type. I can see here pro forma invoice under sales, and numbering is automatic. I can select here, make this voucher type as default. Yes. Finish. Then if I enter something in that voucher type, F8, and here I have to select pro forma invoice. And suppose I am taking any party. So you can see the flag is opened here. Status is equal to optional. So optional means that will not impacting my books of accounts and also not for my inventory. So let us take this example. So, and if I show you display account book sale register, there will be no any sales invoice for pro forma invoice. So that is not impacting my books of accounts. But you can see optional vouchers from display, exceptional vouchers, and optional vouchers. Here the quotations or whatever pro forma invoices you are given, and you can also select flag like Control L for optional and regular. See here, I am pressing here optional and regular. So if I press here Control L, what happens? And if I save that invoice, that will be impacting to the books and it is posted to the regular sale bill. So this is also well known by normal trading accountants or manufacturing. They have to post any pro forma invoice to a client. In that case, they are using this feature. Also, you can use for payment vouchers, receipt vouchers also. Suppose a customer giving you a blank check and just telling you that create any date amount or any date, whatever you want, and then deposit to your account. So in that case, how I can maintain a check, or that party is giving you a check amount XYZ amount. So create XYZ amount and make it as optional. Then you can regularize it. Also, it is useful for, there is what's if condition in advanced sessions. That is not our today's session. That is what is Tally scenario. So Tally scenario is the concept in Tally. Suppose, assume, for a simple example, I am just putting one scenario in front of you. Assume I have given 4 quotations to market, various parties, and that parties are not ready to buy that product on today, but the quotations are lying with the party. And suppose my owner or the MIS person is asking me that, tell me what is the sale. So I am telling XYZ sale is on today. Let's take as 5 lakhs total sales. And if that person is asking me, owner is asking me, suppose all quotations are finalized, today or tomorrow, what will be the my sale? So today is 5 lakh, quotations are given for 2 lakhs. So total sales will be 7 lakhs. So Tally have scenario concept, and you can maintain parallel books, you can say, vouchers without you can say posting data to your accounts, and a profit and loss will be in front of you with considering all optional vouchers, with considering all post dated vouchers. So please you can visit on help.tallysolution.com and learn about scenario concept. Okay. Allow narration. So we know what is narration. In any entry you have to put a narration about that transaction. Suppose in sales voucher you are not putting any voucher any narration, so you can disable that feature. See, now I am going on a voucher, and you can see here at the bottom there is a narration. So suppose it is not required, then why should I press here enter and enter? See, one enter is increased. So let us see simple example, voucher type, sales. See here, enable narration. If I put here no, the narration will be not asked in that voucher. And the next feature is also important for you. Provide narration for each ledger in voucher. This is also not used by users. This is the best feature in Tally. Again, see the example. You can see, for example, I am putting here payment voucher, and I am seeing here yes. See, normally it is by default no. I am putting here yes. Save. Now entry I am going to pass here for payment, taking a cash. Let's take an example of printing and stationery or whatever. 2,500. See here, the separate narration is asking. So I'm putting here as per voucher number 1234. Again, it is asking for additional ledgers. So I can click here for any other expenditures. So I'm creating here sundry expenses under indirect expenditures. Okay. So now I'm putting here 1,000. Again, narration is there for dinner at hotel. And here I can put a common narration. This is called as common narration. I can put here total expenditure 3,500 as per XYZ. Now the benefit of this feature, where you are going to enter any voucher with multiple ledgers. Here is the multiple ledgers, multiple credits, multiple debits and a single credit. So now if I'm printing a ledger of sundry expenses, the narration should be shown this, not this, or both. Okay, see, display account book ledger, sundry expenses, and see here, this is the narration and this is the common narration. Normally what happens, suppose these types of entries occurred in business, this feature is not enabled by that user, and what happens, he's putting whole narration in a single line, that traveling expenditures, lunch expenditures, then purchased by these expenditures, and petrol expenditures, and he's putting multiple narrations in a single narration. And what happens, that narration will be showing on all ledgers. Means if I am printing sundry expenditures, the narration will be showing for all ledgers. See here, the narration is showing here also, and that on this ledger also, the common narration. So please use this feature. This is also interesting feature by Tally. Okay, so your time saving is not only saving your money, it is generating your money. Okay, then now this is the again one additional feature by Tally. See, alter voucher type sales. So we have completed till now effective date, zero value transactions, then mark optional as default for quotation systems. Then narration is required or not, you can enable or disable. Then also we have considered narration, separate narration for each ledger, Okay. Now moving on next, enable default accounting allocations. What is this? Default accounting allocations. So let's see the concept first. It is allowing you to set or configure the ledgers before you are putting any entry. See, so that is enabled by me. Yes, enter. Tally is again asking for setting the ledger. Yes. Now see, I'm selecting here sales ledger. What is the sales ledger? Then set tax class. Suppose you know about it is interstate or intrastate. You can put here yes, and you can default set here taxable or interstate taxable. Okay, that is your choice. But currently I'm not going inside of GST. I'm just selecting here voucher type as a master. So 100%. Okay, what is 100% and what is the usage of that 100% field? So I will just tell in 5 minutes. This is also cleared after the session completed. Then I am putting here CGST, yes GST, IGST. Suppose you want round up. Tally is allowing you to select formula, maybe on current subtotal, maybe at flat rate. Suppose I want to charge ₹1 for all bill for the stationery. Okay, suppose I am asking to all customers to take my invoice digitally, not from printed, and customer is insisting me to give me printout. So why should I bear the cost? So I can charge him at a flat rate, ₹1. So by this way, it is not required to put a stationary ledger at each and every voucher. It is automatically calculated. Okay, so that is calculating on total amount, your current subtotal, based on quantity, item rate. So there are many features, and you can learn about this in also help.tallysolution.com. So we are not going in deep inside that. Just I'm selecting here total amount rounding, normal rounding, and ₹1. So by this way, you can understand how to maintain accounting allocations. And remove if zero means I don't want to print a ledger. Suppose CGST, AGST is applicable, then again IGST is always not applicable. In a single invoice, it is not required to create CGST, AGST, IGST ledgers. But Tally will automatically remove if the amount is zero. So the option is by default set as yes. Accept. So what happens after this feature? Let us take one example. Okay, I'm just creating a new voucher type. Sales new under sales. So to save a time, I have to just move fast. Yes, enter. I am selecting here GST sales 100%. Which topic we are just covering? Default accounting allocations basic. The next one is advanced. So basic is only with these options. So CGST, GST, and IGST. And as you say, rounding 1 rupees. Finish. See, otherwise, no any other setups I have done. So in voucher, I am placing F8. So I can select my new voucher, sales new. See, as I put here sales new, Tally is not asking me for any class. See, I am taking here party, save, and just selecting items. Item A, quantity 2. See, CGST, AGST automatically calculated. Okay, so in that case, the party is not from CGST, the party is from Karnataka or out of Maharashtra, see here, Andhra Pradesh. So in that case, IGST is calculated. So logic is already considered by Tally because of default accounting allocations configured. Okay, and here you can select or modify the ledgers also. Okay, now in advance, what happens? Default accounting allocations, advance. Here we can allocate ledgers for items from item master. Also, we can do inclusive tax invoice. So this is the mostly interesting concept of Tally. See, I'm just showing one configurations. Alter voucher type. So I have to save all users or time for the particular voucher type master. So I have to create first voucher class. Okay, voucher class and accounting allocations are different. Voucher class means a set of ledgers. A set of ledgers you are going to predefined in voucher class, and these ledgers you cannot modify when you are creating a voucher. Okay, let us understand first the concept, then I am going to move on to voucher. See what happens. I have selected sales voucher type and I am creating here a GST class. Now Tally is asking for exclude these groups and include these groups. Means normally if you are a user of Tally, you know when you are going to enter a sales voucher, first the list of party is also with debtors and creditors. Both purchase party and sales party are available in the list. You can sell to any party. Normally, it is required by user not to select sundry creditors wrongly. Suppose Mahalakshmi Enterprises and Mahalakshmi Industries. Mahalakshmi Enterprises is sundry creditors and Mahalakshmi Industries is my sundry debtors. So customer says, we don't want any confusion. So we want to exclude groups from invoice. So if I am in sales invoice, then sundry creditors group is not appeared. The ledgers are not appeared in the list. But I can include sundry creditors of Pune, the another group. So I am always purchasing and selling to a same party. So in case I can select here the sundry creditors another group here. Otherwise, end of list. So this is called as a advanced setting. What happens if these types of setting you are done? Voucher type, voucher entry, when you are doing a sales entry, it will not prompting, not showing ledgers under that excluded groups. Here you can select your sales ledger, and again there is a level, advanced level. I will tell after 1 minute. So just putting here enter and ledger setup here, CGST, HGST and roundup. So advanced have 1, 2 and 3 level. So just I am selecting here 1. See, display account book sale register. See here, that empty voucher. Okay, and I am putting here new voucher F8 and here GST class. What happens? Selected party. See, sundry data are only available. There is no any sundry creator list. So I can select my party details, any item, go down, whatever go down is available, and see the item is without GST. I can select here another item which is having GST amount. So I want to skip the GST portion here, but for understanding purpose, I am taking. See here. So alter A. The item A is only having GST configured and item B is non-GST item. Okay. So it is calculated. So here you cannot select, see here, last enter is there. Then I'm putting here next enter. It is directly moving to the amount. It is not moving on the ledger entries. This is the difference between accounting allocations and voucher class. In accounting allocations, user can choose any ledger here, modify also. In voucher class, you cannot choose any ledger. Suppose you want to modify something here. Suppose I don't want here roundup. So in that case, first you have to save that voucher. And then in alter mode, see, you can edit anything. So in create mode, you cannot alter a data that configured ledgers. So this is called as voucher class. Let us take one another example. First, I am showing the configurations. Class 2. What happens? So this is the interesting part of Tally. So many users are also not aware about this. What setting I am going to do here? Let us take one example. I have one sari shop, cloth store, and that cloth store person, that salesman or that accountant or the counter attending person is not having so much knowledge of CGST, HGST or the applicability. And the person is directly want to sell to the end-to-end customer, B2C directly. And he is going to try to sell with inclusive rate. Means suppose that cloth having value 500. So he is just selling at 500. He is not going to bifurcate at 400 rupees as basic price, 50 rupees CGST, 50 rupees SGST. In that case, you can set here, this is the field, which is by default 100%. See what happens if that setting is done in Tally, how Tally is going to account for that. See here, CGST, SGST and GST sales. I am putting here a formula, 100 divided by 118 into 100. Means I am assuming that whatever price entered by the user is inclusive of GST. And I don't want to create separate accounting for CGST, SGST on invoice. I want posting, but directly I want simple posting on accounting. See here, what happens? Class 2. Voucher, F8, class 2. I'm selecting here a party, any party. Okay. Then I'm putting here item A. Any go down. Suppose assume 10 quantity I am going to sell here at the rate of 500. So 5,000 will be total sales. I'm just putting here enter. See, new reference will be 5,000. Please keep, it is very interesting for you. Please keep your attendance on the screen. Here, no any CGST, SGST selected. No any configuration specially done. Only voucher class is configured. Okay. 5,000 rupees is going to debit to the party. And what's if? See, accept. Now I am putting here page up. See here, in page up, it is showing 5,000 as sale. Let us see. On 5,000, I am putting enter. What happens? So Tally is taking 100 rupees from that total 100 rupees, 118 rupees. Means if 5,000 is the 118 rupees, then 4,237 will be the basic amount. This will be the CGST, and this will be the SGST. So this is the interesting feature. Also, you can see on daybook. So let us take that bill number 21. Okay. So display account book sale register or daybook, shift enter. See here, posting is perfectly done. But in entry, you can see only 5,000. And invoice, see on the invoice. So not required to show separately GST on the invoice for B2C. But as per rule of GST, you have to mention separately tax. Okay. For a time being, that is a trick. Even in GST report, it is automatically considered. Don't worry about that. Okay. I hope all are getting the concepts. Inclusive tax, and next one is there. Alter voucher type sales, and last one is class 3. See here, one feature is given. See all these configurations you are showing, watching on the screen, that is from F12. So on voucher type, if you press F12 and enable advanced settings, yes, then this window will be appears. And suppose there is a difference in ₹1 or 2 or whatever in a paisa, then it will be adjusted to first ledger or last ledger. Okay, so 0.001 or ₹002, if the difference is occurred, then tally will automatically adjust it either first or second last ledger. So that is given by tally in Tally Prime only. That is not available in Tally ERP9. So by this way, actually I'm not pulling this topic very much, but what is the topic? I'm just elaborating here. In last session also, I was showing in Tally Tricks that a customer can configure sales or purchase ledgers for each item separately. Means suppose I am selecting item like scrap, and I want to post ledger entry to sale of scrap. So that is the feature already given by Tally in by default. Okay, so that is not our today's topic, so I'm not taking that topic, but I just showing here what is possible with that settings from voucher type. Okay, so you can select your item which ledger you want to post, and this way you can select multiple items specifically for multiple ledgers to post. That is so much advanced topic actually, and it should be done only one session on this topic. Okay, but today we are considering other voucher types also there, so only not sales and purchase. So I'm just moving ahead. If you have any query, you can ask in FAQs. So next one is payment receipt voucher class. See, that is also not used by users. Very simple. See, I'm creating here cash voucher type. I'm putting here HDFC payment. HDFC payment under payment vouchers. And what I'm going to do here, create a voucher class HDFC. Okay, so just I am selecting here HDFC Bank, whatever that groups, you can exclude cash. Okay, and here I can select here bank, HDFC Bank. See what setting is done. I'm excluding cash group from there, and only HDFC Bank will be selected. Accept. And if I'm going inside of payments, just I'm selecting HDFC payment, enter. If you're not selecting class, no problem. Tally will allow you, everything is there. But if you're going to select here HDFC class with HDFC. Then no need to select any bank. That is automatically selected. You have to just select your party. So I am putting here payment. So each and every time users are going to select bank. Suppose today I am sit up here and just trying to tally my HDFC bank statement with my tally, and I am putting thousands of entries in tally. So single enter is saved. It means 1000 enters are saved. So till I am not going to change my voucher type, HDFC bank ledger is set by default here. So this is called as voucher class for receipt and payment. Next, suppose a forex gain or loss is in your data, like you are selling to out of India in dollars or euros, then possible that you have to make entries in the forex currency. Okay, in that case, the voucher class is also available for create, or you can say alter a journal voucher type. So here you can create a class for FX. FX means forex gain or loss, whatever. And you can set here, use class for forex gain or loss adjustment. Yes. And here you can create your forex ledger. So forex gain adjustment. So only if the class is there, then your dollar or other currency amounts will be adjusted. Otherwise, it will be headache for your balance sheet. Please
Rajendra sir,
yeah.
and somebody, Swaraj on chat has written, if you can, what is the impact on the which report? Can you show that? If you could just see the chat, yeah.
Wait.
Yeah.
Just first, I'm just completing the session. Then I'm just taking that also. No problem.
Okay, sure.
Okay. Yes. Thank you. Very nice that participants are chatting with that. Just I'm completing 2-3 slides, and then we are going to understand your FAQs. Don't worry, and I will replying in same session. Don't worry. So forex gain adjustment loss. This is actually separate topic I have already given on our tally videos and also in my YouTube channel. But still you want to know about forex gain adjustment, how to create forex currency. So that will be a different topic. You can see on videos, or we can discuss in FAQs. Okay. Now another problem is there, interest calculations. So normally what happens, we as a user always allowing a ledger. See here, ledger. Let us take that ledger. So here I am selecting interest calculation. Yes. And I am putting here 18% interest or 12% interest, 365 days calendar. This setting is normally done. But problem is that, suppose I am going inside of display, statement of account, interest calculation, ledger, and Aditya. What happens? The calculation is done for 4.29 rupees, and normally users doing one mistake. What doing? They are going in voucher, putting F7, and normally they are putting here interest account debit or credit or that party account manually. Please don't do these types of settings. Please use voucher class. What happens? Suppose I am putting here F7 and putting here interest calculation. See, I'm selecting, just I'm moving on the topic. See, debit note and credit note configuration for interest posting. What happens? If I'm not doing this setting in Tally, what happens? Accounting impact will be same. But problem is that, suppose a partner eligible for rupees 1000 as interest is calculated by Tally by default. Okay. If you are doing a simple entry without any voucher class, that settings, what happens? The interest of rupees 1000 will be remain in your books. Please check your books in Tally. Even though you are paid that interest, even though you have debited to the interest to the party, Tally is showing the interest. Always interest is open. Like on account statements are there. you are not selecting against reference, what happens? Tally is not going to adjust your bill-wise settlements. Same way, see, I am showing here settings and reports also as per request. So I am selecting here a voucher type, debit note, and here I am putting here INT. Name you can give as per your requirement. So Tally is asking here, use class for interest calculation, interest accounting, yes. And Tally is also asking you whether you want to calculate interest as compound interest. So interest are normally two types, simple and compound. So I'm not going inside, but just try this. Okay, interest. And also I'm putting here for credit note, INT. Yes. So interest may be debit or credit. Maybe I have to pay or maybe I have to receive. And now I am going inside vouchers on 31st March. Voucher type 31st March date is. Then I'm putting here debit note, credit note. In journal, see here. In journal, sorry, in journal, not in journal, F10, debit note, see here, debit note with interest class. So the party is there. Okay. And if the interest is debited, then interest will be occurred here. Or suppose in our case, that is credit note. So you have to press here F10, credit note with interest class. And see, as I select here party, the interest is showing automatically. So bill number 123 I have entered on 31st January. It was actually, if you remember in starting session, effective date was 31st January and entry was done on 5th February in voucher. So Tally showing on 31st January, 55 days are happened and the payment is not received. And as per our configuration, 12% interest from that party should be received. So I am crediting to the party. It is credit note. So I have to pay to the party. See, amount is automatically coming here. It is not required to select. And against which reference you want to adjust or you want to create a new reference, that is your choice. So I can select here new reference and see here. So everything is given by Tally, but we have to just know the configurations and settings. And now as usual, you can select here interest account or whatever. I'm just selecting here anything. And if again I am going to pass a credit note to the party, see, interest is not occurring here because that interest is posted. And if you are not doing this entry from class, voucher class, then always remember it is always showing here. Interest is outstanding, interest is outstanding. So normal entry passing is not required. Normal entry passing is only posting your data for vouchers or P&L or ledger posting. But interest posting from the voucher class is always required to close the interest, pending interest. Now I think this will be last one, second last, stock journal class or manufacturing. So this is also important for inter-godown transfer and job costing allocation. Okay, let us see here, alter voucher type. So as I told you, the voucher type is the only today's menu. So I am putting full focus on voucher type. Stock journal. See here, as usual, you can select here manufacturing journal. Yes. What happens if manufacturing journal is enabled? Okay. So I have to create some new voucher types for manufacturing. Then only it is possible. And here at the class end here, suppose I want to transfer inter go down like that, or you can say stock transfer and select here. So Tally is asking you, use class for inter go down transfer. What is the difference in stock journal and stock interclass? See, I'm showing here. I'm putting here stock journal. So F10 stock journal. See, stock journal and voucher class is there. but I'm directly selecting only stock journal without voucher class. So this is the setting given by Tally, the voucher type given by Tally to consume something and produce something, or you can say directly consume something. Okay. But transfer means movement. That is not a movement. The consumption and production is not a movement. It is production activity. And reports will be different if you entered one voucher from here and one voucher from stock transfer, it will be different. See, this is a simple voucher type. Again, I am pressing here F10, stock journal with stock transfer voucher class. See, it is showing a different picture. For example, location B. I am sending material to destination godown location B. And which item I want to send? So item A I want to send. From where? Main location. How much quantity? 10. So by this way, you can transfer your material, and that will called as material transfer memo. That is not consumption and production. By default, it is showing as stock journal consumption production, but it is stock journal voucher transfer. That is called as transfer of material. So if you see in the stock statement of item A, so I'm just selecting here item A. See here, the material is transferred from this location to this location. So in a single entry, you can do by this way. Actually, that is also covered in manufacturing concept. That is a very deep concept, but still as a voucher object, we have to learn about this. Last one, point of sale. This is very interesting for users using Tally on counter. Okay, point of sale. So that is very easy and interesting by Tally. See, normal invoice is called as sales invoice, and point of sale means in a breakfast center or nasta center, you are taking the invoice which is like DMart and any mall. That is called as thermal printing invoice. So that invoice is having low cost to print, fast entry to do, then various options in invoice. Suppose in normal voucher, there is no any option to take 50% amount in cash, 50% amount in debit card, like that way. Suppose I am going on a small business shop, and I am taking some material. I am paying 100 rupees as cash, and total invoice amount is 250. So I am requesting to user that that shopkeeper to give me QR code, and I am paying 150 as a Google Pay. So here is no any facility to make these types of settings. So in point of sale, how you can configure it? Create voucher type. Suppose take as POS under sales, and I'm not doing any setting for accounting allocations and other things. So here, use for POS invoicing. Yes. So it is asking for messaging. Welcome to our shop, and thanks. Visit again. Default invoice is printing is invoice. Declaration means I'm putting here one is Sunday closed, goods once sold not taken back. Then classes also I am going to skip here. That is enough for the class voucher class. So now I am putting here vouchers F8, and I'm selecting here POS. Now see at the bottom of the voucher, here is cash ledger. There is no any Google Pay or debit card, credit card. So here voucher class is important. So alter voucher type, POS, And at the last, I am putting here pause again. Tally is asking you want to gift cards. So I don't know gift card to where to post. So I am putting here not applicable. Whether it is credit card, debit card, yes. So which bank you have selected for Google Pay or Paytm or whatever. So select that bank. Check DD you are accepting in the invoice. Yes. Maybe people's given me check also. And if you want by cash, yes, I want in cash also. And sales will be at sale GST. And you can set here like that CGST, HGST, whatever. And now see on voucher. In pause, select a pause. Now, suppose I don't want any go down, I can also F12 and select not applicable. Also, I don't want any party name, so I can also skip the party name here. Buyer name is not required, dispatch not required. Everything I can set here. Okay, so I am putting here items. So see here, by default item quantity 1 is there. Item B, by default quantity 1 is there. If you want to modify, you can press backspace. See here, 5. Okay. And finally here, gift card means, suppose take one mobile shop example. In a mobile shop, they are taking finance of, suppose Bajaj Finance or Capital Finance. So you can put here that Capital Finance or Bajaj Finance account. Okay, that payment will be received from that party. So debited to the party in short. Okay. And suppose that party is taking debit card or credit card for payment. So you can select here, yes, 1000, credit card number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever, and save the bill. Suppose party is paying by 400 by card. So Tally is automatically selecting here 600 maybe from cash. And it is tendering rupees 2000, paying 2000 note to me. So I have to return back rupees 1400 to the party. So that is automatically considered by Tally. And see here the preview. So card number, you know, last digits, only 4 digits are showing on invoice as per rule. And whatever payment is tendered by the party 2000, our message is also showing here, total 1000 received, 400 by check or whatever, and 600 by net cash. So this is called as pause invoice, and that is also happened from voucher class. So it is useful for your counter sale. Okay, counter sale is really interesting for retail shops, or you can say small shopkeepers. They are not in that position to sell in credit, like party account debit and sale account credit. They are directly taking cash or check, like kirana stores, FMCG material, fruit stalls. Okay, so use point of sale for these types of shops. Okay, so I think that is completed from my side. Yeah, and now we are open for most interesting session, questions and answers. So madam, we can take questions and answers.
Yeah, sure, sir. In the audience, if anybody has any question, you can raise your hand. I'll unmute you. You can ask directly. So, Swaraji, is your query answered?
Just I'm reading. Straight something as I also have other. Okay.
For people who are asking for the video recording, I'm sharing the link for our community page. You can see the videos of webinars here. And I think Swaraji has reverted. Anup Singh has a query, had a query. Explain print option and voucher type. Nilesh has said.
Yeah. Okay. Print option in voucher type. Yeah. So that is skipped by me. So I have to select here alter voucher type, sales, and see what happens. Many times there are two type of users. One is normal user who is not going to interfere in business, like he's just putting entries and keeping his work okay. There are another users are also, those are creating some problems.
Hello,
Yes.
my name is Swaraj.
Yeah.
Sir, can you show the impact of report part? What is the, I mean, the previously you show the voucher class, voucher type.
No,
Okay.
actually voucher classes
What is the
are,
impact of report part?
no. Voucher
Which
class is not impacted with your
after the
reports.
entry, after
No.
the invoice entry.
No.
Okay.
It is not impacting your any report. It is only your posting of accounting.
Okay.
Means suppose.
And what is the hello?
Yes.
What is the title of invoice? After I mentioned the voucher class, and what is the title of invoice? Like GST tax invoice or pro forma invoice.
Yeah. So in voucher class, you cannot set voucher title, but here the option is there, default title. Okay.
Okay.
But suppose you want to print another titles, so you can
Yes.
create your own vouchers instead of various classes. You can create your sales GST, sales class 2, sales class 1 by that way, and you can select your vouchers titles like GST invoice, tax invoice, labor invoice, invoice come delivery challan. So that is possible. So title is only one, and classes is impacting your data entry speed, or you can say data entry configurations. And report is not impacted by your voucher class. Report is the same if you are having voucher class or not having voucher class. In both case, report will be not impacted. It is impacting your data entry speed, and the configurations is predefined, so you can avoid multiple enters, unnecessary enters. Clear? Swaraj, clear?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
But someone was asking on printing. So I just want to share here that that point is actually skipped by me. Print voucher after saving. See, this is actually a single option you are seeing watching here, but that is having very you can say a powerful option actually. That is having thousands of options. What happens? Let's take one scenario. I am as a user. Okay. I am as a user going inside. I am putting here sales. Okay. I am putting here sales, and just I am passed the entry, but I am not going to save that entry. I am just passed the entry and I am putting here control P and printing that. See here, there is no any entry, still Tally is going to print the invoice first. Okay. In that case, what happens? There are some fraud also we have found in audit, that user is disallowed by admin to alter previous vouchers or backdated vouchers. So user is creating vouchers and not even saving the vouchers, just putting printout and escaping from that voucher. That voucher is not going to store in data, so no need to alter that voucher. So that is also used by users. So this is the one way where you can use this feature. See here, just I'm going inside of that menu here. So this is telling about print voucher as you save it. Okay. See, I'm putting here yes. What happens? As I put here control A. Okay. Take a normal invoice instead of pause. Control A. Tally is directly going to press control P or the print invoice command, and your invoice will be printed. But there is a but. This is the setting which is given by default Tally. But if you are creating user level securities, there is an option. There is an option that you can disallow user to print invoice before saving. Means here, if I press control P and the invoice is not stored, that button will be not triggered. So that is also given by Tally. So that option is always there. Okay, I hope the printing option is solved. Again, someone is asking some queries.
So, Mr. Balram Bigari, he's raised his hand. Balram ji, you can ask your question.
Hi Nitish. Hi Mitari.
Yes, sir.
My question is that, let's say I have a 1000 entry in my bank statement. I pass it into a suspense account entire in a bank receipt side. So when I come to know 999 entries are respect to one single party account, let's say Balram Begari account. Okay.
Yeah.
So identified. So like in Excel multi cancellation or delete entry possible. That's why why not in the tally like 990 can be selected. It is like a replace with go to replace with.
Okay,
So
okay.
what happened? No, what happened? Every because let's say everybody is facing. I asked the tally expert whatever, but they are never got an answer from anyone. So what is? Do you know any idea?
Yeah. I will give you a trick actually. That is not answer. I will share you a trick. See, first understand the concept first. Whatever Balram sir is asking for all, Balram sir is asking that he have data of bank statement entered in tally that all entries are suspense account, and he want to move the suspense account to the XYZ party ledger. Okay. Now, one scenario. First scenario is that 100% all entries of XYZ party I know. Okay, that is the first scenario. And second scenario is I know only certain entries are from that Balram party, and remaining entries are not part of my. It is part of second party. Clear? So first I am sharing here a trick, but that option is not in tally. To directly you can alter multiple vouchers. That is not in tally. Okay, you can delete multiple, you can cancel multiple, but you cannot alter multiple vouchers. But trick is there. What you have to do? Let's take one example. So display debook. So assume DSS. Suppose I am taking payment here. So these are 12 payments here, and assume I want this a party there. I think yeah, this is the party. Okay, and I want to replace all entries of this party to XYZ party. Clear? So first, what you have to do? You have to first open a daybook. Make filter for suspense account. Don't open suspense account ledger. Ledger is a different thing. Ledger is the result of vouchers. And you have to open a daybook, make alter F12 voucher with ledger name suspense. Okay. Then export that data to XML format here. So that is trick, sir. That is
you are through it. Take import export you will. Okay.
Not import export. You can do by this way. Yeah, import export, but you have to edit XML.
Okay, understood. So
yeah. And what to do? You are going to send that XML to Notepad, edit from Notepad, and here you can Control F. Control F not there. Replace button is there, and find XYZ and replace with the suspense here. And as your replacing is done, okay, then just delete these vouchers and go inside import and XML.
Understood.
Yeah, and before XML importing, you have to configure here ignore error while data during importing. So by default tally setting this option no. You have to press here yes. So small errors will be ignored by tally and data will be imported. This is the simple way. And still, if you have 100% entries of that party in your XYZ suspense account at Balram account, you want to shift, just modify your suspense account name with Balram account.
No. Sir, you are telling absolutely right, but only the suggestion. I'm getting a suggestion. Everybody is facing same kind of issue. So why don't you tally come with a suggestion?
No, not required. That is a specific requirement. That is not by everyone. But if you allow us or chat us, we can develop for that. So there are many developers in market. They can give development also. Even suppose display daybook, and suppose this is the daybook. So if you select all, and here we are providing one button, and
Mhm.
it is asking you X ledger and Y ledger, which ledger you want to replace. And if you press enter, within 2 seconds, your all debug will be shifted.
Yeah, you were saying a TDL, na? You were saying a
Yeah,
TDL.
yeah, but in default, it is not available.
Yeah, I am asking. Even I am also doing a TDL. So what my
Okay.
question is, so you, sir, you were from the Tally Solution partner or from the company itself?
Evangelist, sir. So we are trainers for Tally.
Asha, you are not from the company, right?
Yeah.
No, my question is why Tally is not coming with such a same.
We are putting that actually in session, but um, let us pass the escalate the topic for the next.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you. Thanks, I'm
yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Anyone else having any queries? Show inclusive of 1 minute. Show inclusive of entry. Okay, I think GST. Okay, wait. Inclusive entry, that is actually most interesting feature of Tally. See, display account book sale register. I am putting here class, I think class 2. Yeah, class 2. See here. I have selected a class 2 and just I have selected item, and automatically Tally is posting CGST, HGST. So I can delete that entry and I can show you again one new. See here, effect, class 2. How configured I am showing, don't worry. I'm showing in 2 minutes. Okay. So here I am item A, quantity 25, rate is 500. And just here I have to save. Finish. Okay. And if you put here page up, see what happens. And how it is configured, how the amount is bifurcated, total amount is bifurcated. See, alter, voucher type, sales, and on class 2. Okay, someone is asking for go slow, but sir, we have to complete session in 4:30, so I have to make some fast, but you will get, don't worry. So here I have set up GST sales at 84%, 84 point that percentage, and this will be total 100. So automatically what happens, Tally is going to post entry for all items. And believe me, this is actually working in VAT very much for utensils, okay, then cloth stores, where the item is having a single rate, their business is working on a single rate. Like take a chartered accountant example. So CA is having 18% service to sell. So he can do this type of setting, the single transaction, single GST rate. If you have multiple GST rate, there is also provision to make your stock items with accounting allocations. But that is actually another topic. It will be not covered in 10 or 20 minutes. So just search on Tally and you will get accounting allocations concept of item. So just I will focus on that. Only I am touching the topic stock item. So let us take item A, and here is the option set modified default ledgers. Yes. So here you can set, if I am going to sell that item, so I can put it as 84%, then CGST will be 8%, whatever, just an example. It is not a real example. See. So this way you can do a setting and Tally will automatically post a percentage wise item. And maybe next question will be came in your mind for, if I have thousands of item, how can I put each and every item for this type of configuration? So don't worry, Tally have already these configurations. So Tally have some copy accounting allocation concept in masters. So accounting allocation masters will be copy and will be pasted to the your desired group or items. So don't worry. So that is actually different topic. So I am not taking this topic here. See here, copy allocation details, and you can copy from one item to another item. And this will be copied. So use that logic. Finish. So this is also untouched topic actually, but till now I have completed, I think, all questions. One more question is there. Okay, how to make class 3? Okay, class 2. Okay, yeah, class 2 I have shown. I think you answered properly. Komal. Okay, sorry, madam. Then suspense, print option. Okay, so madam, you can ask someone is having any other queries.
Yeah. So I don't think any other hands are raised. So I think probably we are done with the queries.
Yeah.
Should we? Last request to the audience, if you have any further question, right side options, please explain. Rajendra ji, there's one query from Nilesh ji.
Can you please unmute them?
Yeah, exactly. Nilesh ji, you can ask your question. I think it's not clear from your message. I've unmuted you, Nilesh ji.
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
sir.
In that voucher class, यानी कि जो आप voucher class अभी open किया था, the right side strip is there, na, more details and all.
Yeah. So
More details and other masters.
Yeah, but that is not for voucher class. That is for voucher. See here?
Voucher.
Yeah, so that is actually another details of the voucher type. See, there are some configurations. You can enable or disable these configurations. Like see here, narration. Okay, set as optional by default. Means what happens once you have on any object, this is the object in case of Tally. So once you have an any object and it is not required to again go backside, you can press from more details and directly it is showing the details, and here also show more, will be export more. Okay, and these are other masters, means you can select another masters from this area. So you can select here ledger to alter. Okay, so that is not related with voucher class. It is only for like other reports having also more details and other details. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. I think someone is chatting. Okay, yeah. It is answered. Yeah, madam. That is done from my side. So FAQs
Yes,
are
sir. I
completed.
think we can conclude our session. So
Yeah.
before concluding the session, a very important thing, I need to thank you. So thank you, Rajendra sir. I think the session was very interactive and all the queries explained. I think we really need to put this video on our channel so that more people can benefit from this.
Yeah.
So on this note, I will now conclude the session. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank you, madam. Thanks all for joining the session, and keep in touch for more details with Tally evangelist videos are there. You can visit on Tally knowledge session. The channel is Tally knowledge session on YouTube, and please subscribe that channel. You can get more videos. There are many evangelists available for you all over India. They are taking sessions in multiple languages. If you have any query, you can further ask me. At the last slide, I'm showing here my contact details, so you can directly ask any query to the number. Okay, so thanks for joining and have a nice day. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.